but one of us is dead corn!
Boring.
Summer, you just spent 3 months watching a man choose a fake wife.
So what? It'd be better if the people were corn?
Jerry, you don't get it. This is infinite TV from infinite universes. Look.
Hot off the presses, Amaranth passes Pokimane as the top female streamer. Pokimane tends to be atop of the most watched female Twitch streamer list, but March of 2021 saw fellow streamer Amaranth win the top spot.
Wait,
That's it.
what in the hell?
Nobody does
Where's
this
this
to my
going?
Pokemon.
No, the other thing! Go back!
Really? All right, fine.
Your dick is so little and you're an adult, like...
All right, Jerry, when you're right, you're right. Now I'm hooked.
TikTok is a strange place. A place in which that I now truly believe is where brain cells go to die.
Gay news, Siri is going gay. Voiced by a queer person.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
What? I'm going back in the oven.
I have to be careful what I say because Mama Susan isn't happy with me, per as usual. Today, let's go down the... I have no way to preface this to you. If you ever feel bad about yourself, after this video, you're probably going to feel good about yourself. And that's what we're here about at Kinda Funny. We're about positivity. I don't know how old this person is because at this point, you just don't know what's up with humans. But this girl just found out where her hair comes from.
Yeah, so I just found something out. So I never knew that your hair grows from up here. I never knew that. I always thought that your hair grows from right here and it just grows and grows and grows. Is there hair in my head? Like actually like in there? Where's it coming from? Like I'm scared for real. I don't know. Like is it like in my forehead? Like is there hair there? I always thought it grew from here. I always thought.
I don't know if this is a child or not. I don't know if this is like, because I've met women in their 20s that are this kind of zonked out. The nail choices are questionable enough. But if there's ever any point where you thought the school system wasn't broken, here it is. This girl thinks I can't. How do you go through your damn life? Is there hair in my head? Like, Jesus Christ, girl. Hair follicles, child.
I've always had this hair on top.
Someone get those nails off of her fingers because she's going to stab herself in the eyes one day. I'm just looking out for this person's well-being. Someone, if there's a parent, a boyfriend, girlfriend, non-binary living quarters human being, someone do something.
But it's different? What?
I'll be damned. She's actually confused by her hair follicles. There's a bald man out there that deserves that hair, and he doesn't have it. And that's how you know there is no God. Next up, we have a very interesting... Well, at the time, I think Dylan was a homosexual man. But now, after researching Dylan deeper, I think Dylan's now a they-them. But when you're a they-them, can you still be homosexual? Because you don't identify to a gender. So how does it work? I have so many questions, but I'll never get the answers. Well, anyway, at the time, Dylan surprised his family with a slight interest in heterosexuality. Their father damn near spilled his sanity on the floor.
So I recently told my parents that I may be a little bit romantically interested in women. And that was a big shock for them considering...
You walked in the house with Princess Leia's hairdo on. You know, that would flip me. Hey, son, what's up? I see you dressing as Princess Leia again. Dad, I think I might actually be interested in women. Ah! Yeah, I'd be a horrible father. I'd sit there and go, so you're interested in women now. Boy, you're a confusing one, aren't you? What are you going to be next week, my dear sweet Dylan? Next week, I'm going to be a brooch.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
The past 10 years of coming out as gay, then queer, then non-binary, then trans. And...
Okay, my question is, wait, now he's trans? Ah! If you're gay, then you, like, go to queer. Doesn't queer mean gay? Right? What is this now? The rules are so blurred. It's like trying to figure out a Rorschach puzzle. Some of these people's goddamn sexual preferences and their gender choices. Go from gay to queer, then non-binary. Okay, so I got it wrong. So
I think it was just a bit of a shock.
yeah, no shit. Your family needs to keep a goddamn notepad for the transition of your life choices. I'm writing it down now. Non-binary, then trans? I don't understand. Like, for 10 years, Dylan was gay. Then he becomes queer in recent times, then non-binary. But I'm really trying hard to understand. And then trans, but it's like, why now? Like, what changed recently for all of these changes? Dylan's gone through more changes than David Bowie. And it took Bowie like 40 years.
So I tell my dad, and he goes, well, I would love to see you get a woman pregnant. And
Your dad is a f***ing supervillain. I'd love to see you get a girl pregnant so you can confuse the child you have. And the sad thing is, like, people be upset with me laughing at this, but it's true. I'm a full-grown adult with more cognitive ability than the average American, and this still seems like a weird transition to me.
I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
One second. One second.
Excuse me.
1 second. While my comments and accusations may be wrong, off base, and harmful,
Baseless.
I do, however, cling to the very real possibility that there is not only a kernel of truth. I see you choked back a yawn. Am I boring you?
Because I, for the longest time, thought queer and gay was the same thing. Isn't it? But how does that work? Does it mean when you go queer that you're kind of into women then? I gotta Google this. What does queer mean? What does it stand for? That's right, Google. Google, a word to describe sexual and gender identities other than straight and cisgender. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people may all identify with the word queer. Okay, so he's already gay. Then what was the point of going to the next one? Because it's the same thing. It's like, Dad, I'm attracted to men. Just kidding. I'm really attracted to men. I don't know. It's the same thing. And he's like, no, it's not, Dad. You're a bigot.
I said, oh, no. She would be getting me pregnant. And then he said, what, do you have a vagina now? And I said, never say never.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
How would the woman get you pregnant? Dylan, you have now pushed the realms of my understandings. Where is this person getting the vagina from? That's my question. Are we going to Guatemala, Dylan? They'll do anything down there for the right amount of pesos.
And then I tell my mom, and she goes, I would just love to see you own property one day.
The mother, God bless her soul. The mother shoots for something realistic. Dylan, I really wish you'd stop being a renter and own a home, my dear sweet child, because no one's going to put up with this the second you get old.
And in California, that's sort of, a parent's dream. It's not having kids or getting married. It's are you able to own a house? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
Yes, because in California, there's a lot of homeless people, Dylan. While you're flittering around the LA Sunset Strip, enjoying your life and transitioning between a bunch of these innocuous genders that confuse me, there's a homeless problem going on, the likes of which we've never seen. There's so much homeless, you literally have to download a app in LA to know where to walk to avoid stepping in shit.
Any and everywhere you go, in and out of stores, homeless.
And let's not mention that the goddamn LA has turned into the Wild West yet again. People are robbing trains. And Dylan is living his best life. We're doomed. End the video, Stu. Mama Susan will not tolerate this one. I gotta admit, Dylan is enjoying his life from what I've seen. Dylan is enjoying they-them's life from what I've seen. God bless they-them, I guess. You know, you're having a good time. Better time than me. Confusing time. I guess being white has something to do with this man's gender roles. Oh, Christ.
Everything I say about gender is influenced by my whiteness, which is obvious, but there's an interesting second part to this. The rejections of gender and gender roles that I create and embody will still come from my whiteness, those acceptable to my constructions of...
I don't understand how being white affects your gender roles. I've seen white drag queens. A lot of them. I'm confused, sir.
Self as a white person. I will likely uphold and encourage white beauty standards and see and more immediately accept other white rejections of gender. Essentially, even the most critical analysis of gender I have will still be white.
Do you see how far progressivism has gone? What is this person even talking about? Does he even know? Is he a he? Could he be a she? Do you know? I don't know. It used to be easier to tell back in the old days. You know, back in the year 2000.
And white gender rejection can and does uphold whiteness and white supremacy. Queer appropriation of African American vernacular English is one example of this, as is mainstream exclusion of fashion excellence.
I just want you to know that you're probably enjoying your life more than this person is, because you don't think about this stuff. This doesn't make any sense. What does this have to do with your day? Just put on some goddamn clothes. You want to wear a dress? Wear a dress. You want to wear pants and penny loafers? Do it. I don't know. But the fact that you gotta equate race into how you dress just seems like a step into crazy town. Can I say that? It's a ban. Don't get upset with me, Susan. But for real, what? What? Why is this an issue? This is what happens when you're too progressive.
And black representations of masculinity while celebrating white men for having basic hygiene as if they're revolutionaries. Of course, that's not to say we can't attempt to take in other viewpoints, but it's still going to be a fundamentally white perspective. Even this is a white perspective. It's literally the only one I can give you.
Oh my God. This is could you imagine the arguments this person has with themselves? My God, I woke up today and I thought I'd like some breakfast, but then I had the runs because I ate Dunkaroos for dinner last night. I don't recommend it. It was very stupid. My ass was exploding in the toilet. I was like, I got a lot of stuff I got to get to today. Got to go to the bank. I got to talk to some accountants, this and that. This person woke up and said, I think my whiteness and gender roles appropriated these certain clothes that I've decided to wear. And I'm also renouncing black beauty standards subconsciously without even knowing it. But now that I've realized that I'm doing it, I'm part of the problem and not the solution. That's how this person's day starts.
But it's still going to be a fundamentally white perspective. Even this is a white perspective. It's literally the only one I can give you. So if you want to learn how other people construct and deconstruct gender, you need to learn it from someone who doesn't look like me.
Okay, I'm done. I can't go any deeper. I have no idea what the problem is. This person is having trouble picking clothes for whatever gender I'm assuming they are that day, and it's heavily affected by being white. Talk about a first world problem, am I right? I mean, my God, I was looking into Venezuela and seeing how some people were living, and they are just doing their best to survive. Inflation rates over there make America seem like everything can be had at pennies on the dollar. And meanwhile, this person is having an existential crisis over clothing, being white, and gender. TikTok just gives you the ability to see inside of the minds of a lot of people. It's like Twitter, but worse, because they make videos and you really get to see who they are. And it's startling because they also get to vote. No, Stu, I'm done with it. I can't. I'm not watching the video with the girl who literally has multiple personality disorders. And one of her personalities identifies as male. So it has bullied her into transitioning. And she doesn't want to. I can't even say what it is because YouTube will get me for bullying harassment. YouTube's like, we caught you speaking the truth. No, Susan, please. Don't you dare ever use common sense on this platform again, you bigot.